Hey everybody, it's Melanie coming to you from North Carolina in the Outer Banks. Been a long time since I posted, and I have been going through some crazy stuff, as have probably everybody on this planet. Depending on where you are, where you live, what you're doing on your journey at this point in time. I know that I have been feeling like immense amounts of weight on my shoulders, been going through trying times, personal growth, development. At times I feel like I am like breaking through this cocoon, this like entrapped feeling. And there are days that I feel like I'm moving through sludge and my whole body hurts. But then what I tell myself is that I'm doing really good. Like, otherwise I'm doing really good. Like, I'm still functioning. Even as bad as I feel, I'm still functioning. I'm getting up. I'm doing mom things. I am getting through my day. I couldn't do that before. I'm doing it now. Sometimes I'm getting through my day and I still feel really bogged down, really tired. Yet I'm still jumping the stairs 3 at a time just for something to do. I feel like I've got an immense amount of boredom. I'm searching for a purpose. Searching. I don't know if I still have found it. I thought I did, but I don't know. I feel like I might change up my YouTube channel persona. I don't know. Like, I don't even know who I am anymore. So I guess that I'm going to find out along with everybody else in the world as we transition in this path of ascension. There's some good news. We have a new family member. His name is Graham. He currently fights with Biscuits, our bunny. But, here's Graham. Oh, and his little... Where is he? He's over there. Oh, there's the girls' mandalas they made me earlier. But that's Mr. Graham. So yeah, we've had a transition in that sense. We rescued both of these rabbits and providing them as much space as they can have. I believe Graham was totally an in-cage rabbit, and Biscuits was also an in-cage rabbit. So trying to get 2 male rabbits to like each other isn't always easy, but I had a dog that was like a total jerk to everybody and bit a kid. And now she's actually really nice and she listens and she doesn't charge off the steps anymore and attack people. So if I could do that, I can do this. And that's what I'm going to tell myself. Some ways to help you guys cope with this ascension process and to cope with what you are feeling and going through. I just took an hour-long bath. And I had to force myself to stay in that tub for an entire hour. I lined up crystals down my tub. I've gotten into crystals. I lined crystals down my tub that I put them strategically in places where, I was guided to put them. I cleansed the tub. I cleansed the space. I saged the space. I incensed the space. I called on the divine benevolent beings to cut these cords of negative attachment. I know this all sounds really crazy for those of you that have followed me for a long time, but this is what I'm into. That's why I've really stepped away from Facebook, stepping away from social media. I'm back into Instagram briefly, but I don't like it, and I'm probably stepping away from there too. So yeah, I don't know who I am anymore, but all of these ascension symptoms, all of these pains, aches, physical ailments really were resolved greatly by taking an hour for myself. And Christopher came in and scared the living something out of me. And I looked at him and I said, "Hi, child." You need to leave, child. Because I felt like a child would sneak up on me. And that sounds bad to call my husband a child, but at that moment it fit. Don't sneak up on people during meditation. That is a lesson to anybody that is around people that meditate. Do not do it. It is not friendly. It is not nice. So yeah, he left me an apology note, said he was sorry, and had to run off and meet some friends, but I got that time. I got my hour. And I cleansed my chakras. I had the intention of cleansing my chakras, of cleansing my body, of cleansing my temple, and working through the negativity that I had allowed to accumulate. And it was hard. I forced myself to do it. I changed position frequently, and I also like elevated my arms and legs and brought them back. But it really felt nice, and it was very intense in the beginning because I made it very hot. But by the time the end of the tub, it was cool water, and I took a cool shower, and I feel so much better. So now it's midnight, 12:20 or something. I'm getting ready to call my friend and make a mandala and wait for Chris to get home, and I feel like $1 million. So I wanted to share that technique with you guys. If you're not meditating, try. If you are one of those people that cannot quiet the ego to meditate, then do an activity that quiets your ego. Clean. Make mandalas. Do something that is like a monotonous task that you have to constantly like shift direction. Meditation for me one day was going up and down the driveway on the skateboard, and the repetitive motion of the of the wheels clacking on the driveway divide, like, you know, where they pour the concrete, there's always those little seams. So across the concrete seams, and then turning around and coming back the other way, turning around, turning around, turning around, turning around. I was out there for like 25 minutes doing that, and it really like settled my mind, quieted my space, brought me back to center, and I was able to come back in and do my mom things that I required to do. We all have things that we are required to do. Some of us are able to go through this process a little bit slower and more gently than others. It really depends on what you signed up for. I'm a big believer now that we chose this path. And so when things go awry for me, I ask myself, what is the lesson to be learned here? What do I need to learn from this situation? Please guide me. Please help me figure out what I need to learn so that I can move on and continue this process. That's helped me greatly. We've gone through some crazy struggles, some difficult times, but now I'm finally seeing the light, and again, like, I'm just, every day gets better. So many blessings to everybody. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, like, comment, share, discuss what you're feeling through this ascension process. So I wish you all the best. Peace, some love, and some namaste action. Hasta luego.